the church is truly mother, and every church in the world must be in union with the Holy Father, who is the Bishop of Rome, and therefore in line with the apostolic succession, in order to ensure that our faith remains true and pure and in line with what has been handed down to us. It is very significant that in theological usage, the church is always addressed as mother. The church is feminine. And this is a very important image of how and we should present the church today. And when we think of the church as mother, of course, mother tends to be life-giving, nurturing. Mothers tend to be more warm and more sensitive to the feelings of their children. Many Catholics, they tend to be transactional in the way they deal with the church, with the clergy. So they give so much, they expect so much. But this is not what the church is. The church is called to be mother. And therefore, again, I think we need to go beyond this transactional kind of relationship, which is happening in our churches, very cold kind of relationship. What we need today is a warm relationship, because God gives His gifts generously to everybody. Whether you are good or bad, the rain also comes, the rain also shines. And I think the church needs to be more inclusive and to be warm to everyone, to be caring, even for those people who don't come and support us. They come only when in times of need, because that is the time when they need to encounter the tender love of the church, the warmth of the church, the kind of unconditional love of the church. If we do not have that, then I don't think people will be really attracted to the church, and then tends to see the church precisely in a very transactional form of relationship, like a business contract. You notice that the church grows in those days before we are so established today. The reason why the church grew in those days was because the church was unconditional in love. You go to a Catholic school, we pay for you, we don't charge you, or we give you subsidies and things like that. And the church was embracing of everyone, including the social services that the church gives. And that is how people were drawn to the church, because the church they see as truly welcoming. But today we make so many rules, and I'm afraid sometimes too many rules put people off. We lack tolerance, we lack empathy, we lack compassion. I think this is where perhaps we need to ask ourselves, how do we become a more compassionate, loving church? And the church, of course, is not just a big church. We are the church. And let us begin from ourselves, begin from where we are. Because if we cannot even make this miniature church a loving, motherly, nurturing, life-giving church among ourselves, then I think there is not much hope for the larger church.